Okay, that was Merv Griffin with this lovely bunch of coconuts. And you're listening to the DVD Fever show. And now we're going to have a look at the top 10 movie charts. And I'll go through the US movie charts here, as anyone who listens to me on the radio will know. Because I could never find a reliable source for UK ones originally. And then the Internet Movie Database was a bit hit and miss in that respect as well. Rotten Tomatoes site wasn't particularly ideal. So I just ended up getting stuck with these. And I find them more interesting, to be honest. Because you get a lot of information about what's coming out soon. But number one, we've got Zero Dark 30, which has taken $29.9 million to date. I'm going to have a review of this. Well, I will have a review in due course, but I'm going to talk more about this film in the new releases section of the next segment. Also, if you want to see any trailers for these, just go and look at the description, and you'll see all the YouTube links to them there. Number two, we've got a film called A Haunted House, which has taken $18.1 million in its opening week. Now, Malcolm and Kisha move into their dream home, but soon learn a demon also resides there. When Kisha becomes possessed, Malcolm, determined to keep his sex life on track, turns to a priest, a psychic, and a team of Ghostbusters for help. Starring Marlon Wayans, Marlene Forty, Essence Atkins, and a whole load of other people you've never heard of, this is another of those spoof movies which have long since become pointless. This one borrows from Paranormal Activity, The Devil Inside, and many more. And it's enough for a slightly amusing trailer, but that's it. Number three, it's a new entry for Gangster Squad, which has taken $17.1 million. The Los Angeles, 1949, and a secret crew of police officers, led by two determined sergeants, work together in an effort to take down the ruthless mob king, Mickey Cohen, who runs a city. Looking a bit like L.A. Noire, the video game from the makers of Grand Theft Auto. This stars Ryan Gosling, Josh Brolin, Emma Stone, and Sean Penn, and just didn't really work for me. Well, from what I've seen from the trailer. I can see that they've got the look right, but it just all looks a bit tedious for my liking, not really my bag. Number four, we've got Django Unchained, which has taken $125 million to date, and you've heard about this one already. Number five, we have Les Miserables, which has taken $119 million to date. Now, based on the novel by Victor Hugo, Les Miserables travels with prisoner on parole 24601, Jean Valjean. Ah, nicely rhymed. Played by Hugh Jackman, as he runs from the ruthless Inspector Javert, Russell Crowe, on a journey beyond the barricades at the centre of the June Rebellion. Meanwhile, the life of a working-class girl with a child is at a turning point, as she turns to prostitution to pay money to the evil innkeeper and his wife who look after a child, Cosette, Amanda Seyfried. Valjean promises to take care of the child. Eventually leads to a love triangle between Cosette, Marius, who is a student of the rebellion, and Eponine, whatever, I don't care. I'm not going to watch this anyway. She's a girl of the streets, who cares? The people sing of their anger, and Enjolras leads the students to fight upon the barricades. Get Spandau Ballet on there, why not? As you might have guessed, this is not my sort of film, and I had never got any inclination to see the musical anyway. And an early scene I saw of Jackman and Crowe barking at each other very loudly just made me want to scream back at them. It really just reminded me of Bugs Bunny and Elmer Fudd when they're singing about the spear and magic helmet from What's Opera Doc. And if you look below in the description, I've included a link to that, which has got the full thing. It goes on for about 7 minutes. It's bloody brilliant. Damn sight better than this shit. Number six, we have The Hobbit: An Unexpected Journey, which has taken $278 million to date. The first of three films, based on J.R.R. Tolkien's novel, Gandalf, Ian McKellen, turns up at Bilbo's house, who doesn't realise the wizard has also invited 13 dwarves with a view to including our titular hero on their adventure to reclaim the lost dwarf kingdom of Erebor from the fearsome dragon Smaug. Now, I'll put a link to my review in the description below, but it's a visual feast, albeit a very overlong film. There's some nice comic timing in there, along with some decent performances, while actors like Cate Blanchett and Hugo Weaving look like they were going through the motions, and Christopher Lee looks like he's dead and no one's told him. Ian McKellen can act everyone off the stage simply with a raised eyebrow. Everyone else is fine, but none seem to be particularly worthy of mention. Number seven, we have Lincoln, which has taken $153 million to date. You can hear more about this in the new releases in the next segment also. Number eight, we have Parental Guidance, which has taken $60.6 million to date. Now, no doubt this has taken a relatively high box office due to it being released at Christmas, but it's clearly a pointless film for adults and just one for young kids only. It's got Billy Crystal and Bette Midler with both of them with far too much makeup on, plus Marissa Tomei, who she looks amazing all the time. Number 9, we have Texas Chainsaw 3D, which has taken $30.9 million to date. And as I was going to see this, as I enjoy a good 3D film, I only found out it's got a handful of 3D moments. So I'm going to wait to see that at home. Not worth the money, I don't think. And finally in the top 10, we have number 10, which is Silver Linings Playbook. And this is a film that, despite all the Oscar fuss, has only taken $41.3 million to date, based on a budget of $21 million. So seeing as a film has to take in 3 times the amount of a budget to break even, this one, it's going to definitely make its money back on sell-through, but not my bag at all. Okay, so it's time for a bit more music, and this is this track everyone will know from the end credits of Reservoir Dogs. It's Harry Nilsson and Coconut, so carrying on the Coconut theme. And this one's for Simon Jenkin in Manchester.